outskirts of Fort Worth, Texas, the future of electricity. Banks of mega-sized lithium-ion batteries ready to meet a galloping demand worldwide for electrical power. So these batteries take electricity from the grid when demand is low and store it here. And then when demand spikes, like with heat waves or cold snaps, they can push the stored electricity back into the grid, making it more stable. This facility, owned by Eolian, can store up to 100 megawatts of electricity and deploy it in seconds when the grid is under strain.
We have just had massive numbers of batteries coming online in Texas. And that level of growth is, I think, projected to continue for at least a few more years. And it's really exciting.
Texas, the beating heart of oil and gas, is also charging ahead on renewable energy with wind and solar. Battery storage is the next critical piece.
So this is the energy storage facility.
Tim Nelson with RWE shows us how power from the company's wind farm can be captured and stored in the battery banks.
We're either going to charge the batteries from the wind farm or we can charge them from the grid.
Underground cables can transmit power from the batteries to a transformer and then the grid, even when it's not windy.
See, since it's all underground, it doesn't impact the land use around here where the land's still actively farmed. You know, Texas itself is #2 in the nation in energy storage. It's the leading renewable energy producer in the whole country. Oil and gas and wind aren't one or the other. So, you know, we're continuing to develop the wind projects and we're seeing the demand from the customers for that wind, solar, and energy storage.
The International Energy Agency says energy storage needs to grow 6 times what it is today just to meet climate goals.
I do think they are helping to address climate change. We are able to address grid resilience issues in a way that allows grid operators to add cleaner generation to their fleets and continue to reduce the carbon impacts.
But oil and gas still rules in Texas. And when Donald Trump talks, they listen.
Drill, baby, drill.
Assuring oil and gas producers their interests will be protected if he's returned to the White House.
The majority party here in Texas is the Republican Party, and the narrative is oil and gas good, renewables unreliable, or part of some Green New Deal.
Reid says there are campaigns in this political cycle to discredit renewables.
We are seeing a lot of what I'll call individual dark money that's going into campaigns that are aimed at fighting individual projects, so renewable projects, and especially battery storage.
But any chill is not deterring investors. Texas expects to nearly double its capacity for energy storage to 11 gigawatts this year. By comparison, Canada has just over half a gigawatt.
I won't speculate on the actual results of the election, but what I will say is that it's not necessarily the politics itself that's going to drive how this goes forward. It's the demand. We're continuing to see the demand increase.
So in West Texas, pump jacks and wind turbines coexist for now. Susan Ormiston, CBC News, Scurry County, Texas.